Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Wellness Wednesday. Great to have each and every one of you on here. My name is Lori Ferraro. I am zooming in from Boise, Idaho. I am a wife of 33 years to my amazing husband, Greg. We have two beautiful daughters. We have two amazing son-in-laws. And guess what? We have three grandsons. I love them. They are so
Mm,
fun. We have a 3-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and as of today, a 10-month-old. So he's
mm,
10 months. So anyway, so fun. Love having these little babies running around all the time. It's absolutely adorable. So, but with that being said, our health is important. The older I get, the more I realize how important it is to be healthy. And I think over the last several years, I don't think it's even just my age. I think there's been a lot of information that has come out. I kind of have I would say a love-hate relationship with social media. I think a lot of people do. I mean, there's a lot of positive in it, there's a lot of negative in it. I think one of the positive things is we've learned a lot, like I said, over the past few years about our health, about some things that maybe we didn't know about. I mean, the buzzword right now is glutathione. I mean, there's just so many things out there that was like, oh wow. And it's not just what you put in your body, it's what's actually absorbing. I mean, I want to put things in my body that are actually being absorbed. I like to share the story, several years ago, I grew up in Minnesota and my uncle had a porta potty business. This is going to really age me. This is like 30 some years ago. And he had a porta potty business, and he would say supplements don't work. Like they're just no good. And I'm thinking, well, what do you know about supplements? I mean, you're not a doctor, you're not like, what do you know? And I said, how do you know? And he said, well, I have my porta potties. I'm like, yeah, okay. What does that mean? And he would take his porta potties to softball games and concerts and all over the place. And he said, Lori, when I clean those porta potties, he said, there's a grate at the bottom. He said, I squirt the porta potty out, and sitting on that grate is a huge mound of vitamins, whole vitamins. And I'm like, oh my goodness. He said, they're not absorbing. He goes, people are wasting their money. He said, and two of them, I can still read the label. The label is fully there. And I said, well, which two are they? And he said, Centrum and one a day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, still to this day, 30 years later, like you see those commercials on TV. I think those are probably two of the hottest ones. And I'm like, if you only knew about my uncle's porta potties and what was sitting in there. There was other ones too, but he could always read the label still on Centrum and one a day. So people are putting these in their mouth, swallowing them and patting themselves on the back saying, great job, you took a supplement today. Good for you. You know what? But if it's not absorbing, I mean, you might as well take your 5, 10, $15, put it in the toilet and flush. I mean, because that's what you're doing, right? It's literally ending up on the grate in a toilet. So that's kind of crazy to me. So I want to know that I'm putting things in my body that have science backing them, that are absorbing. I want to know absorption rates. I want to know that my money's not being wasted. And I'll say this, you get what you pay for. I mean, those vitamins are also fairly inexpensive, and you get what you pay for. I would even say you might not get anything you pay for. I mean, if they're sitting on a grate with the full label on them, you didn't get anything you paid for, really, right? You maybe just got a little rumble in your tummy and then a rumble in the toilet, I guess. I mean, depends on how we look at it. But here's the thing, you guys. I want to know that I'm putting things in my body that are helping. And I'm so honored tonight to be able to have Dr. Joanne Florio on here. She is going to share some amazing information about these supplements. We're going to go through each and every supplement tonight. We're going to spend 1 hour together, and we have a testimonial on each supplement as well, which I love hearing testimonials from all across the globe. It's just so fun to hear how these products are actually working on real live people, not people on TV that are getting paid to do a commercial, real live people that are like, I love this and this is why. So back to Dr. Joanne. She's a dear friend of mine. I love her. She's just an absolute joy of a human being. She's a beautiful person inside and out. She's also a chiropractor. She's been a diplomat of the American Board of Nutrition for many, many years. She has a master's degree in biology, and she's board certified in clinical nutrition. So, do you think she knows a little bit about what she's talking about? No, she knows a whole lot about what she's talking about. So, with that, I want to turn the Zoom over to my friend, Dr. Joanne Florio.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you for that introduction. And thank you for everything you do. You are so knowledgeable that you don't even need us. If we just gave you the rest of the hour, you would be the top person that we'd ever want to hear from. I'm excited to be on here. I have three practices in three different locations, Maryland, Manhattan, and the suburbs of New York City. And these products are amazing. I can't keep them on the shelf. If I run out of something, and order it, by the time they come in, those are already sold because people, have first dibs on that shipment. And the effects are just amazing. I could see differences in my patients. I can see differences in me, which I'll go into as we talk about each product. But this is an opportunity for you to not only improve your own health, and we're going to show you the tools, as well as to elevate everyone else that you know, friends. And
Oh, Dr. Joanne, you're on mute somehow. So sorry.
that's okay.
There you go. I heard you say friends, family.
Yes. So this is an opportunity to elevate your own health, but to be able to help others and to help them to restore their health. Because right now, a lot of people are not healthy. There's still people, even though COVID was a few years ago, there's still people suffering and not feeling well and low COVID and getting sick often and just a lot of unwellness and dis-ease. And this is a way to provide people with a simple regime to help bring their health up. So let's just go into that and show
I
you
love
how
it.
that works.
Right? Let's get into some of these
Yes.
awesome products that are helping so many people look better, feel better. And when you feel better, you start to look better too because your body's moving proper and you're like, I feel good. Maybe today I'll take a walk. Maybe I'll, whatever it may be, because you start to feel better. And it starts on the inside and it works its way outside. And so I want to talk about our first product, which is Vitalité. This is our daily supplement, this little drop down. And in here are 30 little packets, and inside each packet are 5 supplements. I just rip this open each morning, Dr. Joanne, and I just drink it down with a glass of water. That's how I start my day on an empty stomach. I take all my supplements on an empty stomach in the morning. I shouldn't say that. There's one I take in the evening, but most of them on an empty stomach in the morning. And I love that I'm able to do that. Now, why is that possible? Because some of you are going, I could never do that. I would never even do that, Lori. I know you're thinking, I'll get sick, I'll vomit, I'll feel terrible the rest of the day. That's because you're taking things that have fillers in them that are sitting in your stomach and literally just sitting there like they were sitting on the grate in my uncle's porta potty, and they're just making you feel terrible. When you actually have supplements that have absorption rates, that you'll be like, oh my goodness, whole foods that absorb, you won't feel like that. So I love starting my day with the Vitalité, Dr. Florio.
I do as well. And what makes this so great, there's so many reasons. First of all our products are third-party tested. They are GMO free, which is important for me because we don't want anything that's been genetically modified. It's not good for our colon. It eats away at our colon and makes it unhealthy. It's gluten free. They are clinically studied. The company and the manufacturer has done absorption studies on it. So with this product, this has a 44% absorption rate. The control group of other products tested was only 20%, like in the 10-20% range. So that's huge that this is 44%. And the way you're going to tell that your product is being absorbed into your system is the changes that you're going to feel. Our products are all listed in the PDR.net. Years ago, it was called the Physician's Desk Reference. It was a huge, thick book that I used to prop up my books to study with because it was a nice book. But it gives you all the information about the medications. And it's very rare to get natural products like our line of products in there. And that's listed, which is good because the physicians like to know what you're taking, and you could tell them, after giving them what you're taking, the names, you can tell them just look it up in the PDR, and they're impressed to see the information there and what's listed. Also, our company has done genetic testing studies on here with the genes to see what genes this helps, like what genes it helps to increase, like if we want increased immunity, we want decrease in sugar levels. We've done studies on that too with the gene expression, which we'll go into. And also, I want to let you know with this product, because you're getting 16 amino acids in it, you're getting 72 trace minerals, you're getting 13 different phytonutrients like the superfoods, you're getting 10 different types of berries, you're getting 100 million count of 3 different probiotics. There's also enzymes in here, digestive enzymes, not so much to help you with food digestion, which it does help, but also to digest the food particles that are in the supplement, which helps with the absorption. We have different absorption methods in our different products. Some was hydrolyzation, some is micronization, making the molecules smaller. So with this, you're going to get a lot of different categories of products in one thing. So this is going to save you from buying a separate probiotic, a separate multi-mineral, separate phyto greens, green drinks that people drink. So you're with this packet, you're doing a lot. And with this, the change I see, my hair has been beginning to come in darker, instead of colorless or no color, gray. And I could just see it. If I was alive, you could just see the big patch, but it's coming in darker. And that's the minerals, what I think, because a lot of times when you're deficient in minerals, then you could see changes in your hair. There's also a fish oil in here, which is very important, which I will go into later, because later I'm going to talk about something called mitophagy, and it'll be a quick lesson on biochemistry and what's going on, but it's important to know how everything works together. So it may be tempting to say, well, you know what, I'll try this product or I'll try that, but I'll show you how everything is orchestrated to work together to achieve the goal of better health in each person.
I love that, Dr. Joanne. And we do have a testimonial about this product. I'm going to turn it over to Paul.
Good evening. I'm Paul Wimberg from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And my day gets off to an early start at 5:15 in the morning. And what I like is it's energy in a bag. And the best thing about it is, like Lori and the doctor have said, that you can take it on an empty stomach. I have never taken a supplement on an empty stomach. And I find that I swig some water down. I'm good for a whole day. And as the doctor said too, is I noticed that my hair is getting a little darker too. That might be age, but but anyways, no, I've noticed that my hair is growing quite a bit faster. So anyways, I think overall it's good for gut health and is just a great baseline of a product to start with. And I'll leave it like that. Have a great night.
Thank you for your testimony, Paul. And darker hair as you get older is not the norm. It should be the norm, but it's not. Usually people's hair becomes colorless or gray because you're missing minerals. So that's a positive change. You kind of change how many years you're on this earth cycle. We want to maintain our health, and what we see in older people nowadays is not what we should be doing. We shouldn't be degenerating and just getting worse and worse. We just have to find a way to maintain our health and keep ourselves healthy from day to day so that we can restore, regenerate, and have increased vitality. So it's good that you found that secret of what helps you with your day, because you start your day early and you're busy and you're seeing changes, and that's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. I love that, Paul. And before we go any further, I just want to make sure that everyone who's on here tonight, I want to make sure that you know that if you want to get your hands on these products, get with the person who invited you on this Zoom and shared the link with you. There's two ways that you can purchase these products. You can pay retail, or you can pay wholesale. Now, when you hear there's a choice between retail and wholesale, I'm not sure who in their right mind would ever want to pay retail if you can pay wholesale, because I wouldn't. I don't want to spend a dime more than I have to, right? That doesn't make sense. So get with the person who invited you on the Zoom and they can show you how to get these at wholesale prices. It's basically like a Costco membership. Anyone have a Costco membership? I do. And for this membership, it's $30 one time a year, and you're going to get things at wholesale. So just let the person know, I want to get my hands on these amazing products, or this product or that product, whichever one floats your boat. They all float my boat. I'll tell you that. My boat wouldn't float without them. And so let them know that you want to get your hands on these. So before we get into another supplement, I also want to let you guys know we do have a skincare line. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that tonight. We're going to focus on the supplements, but we do have a skincare line. And within that skincare line, there is a cleanser, there is a toner, there is a serum, and this serum is a neurocosmetic. They found there is a skin-brain connection, and it's scientifically proven. We have a patent on this product. So when you put the product on your face, the serum, not only does it help your skin look good, it gives you a hit of dopamine to the brain, and you actually feel good. And it's science-backed, proven. We have the studies. And then there's also a moisturizer. So I did want to make sure that everyone realizes we do have this amazing skincare line. But again, we're going to focus tonight on the supplements because I want to honor our time period, and our time period is 1 hour. I want to really stick as closely in that hour as we can and honor that. So we're going to get on to our next supplement, which is collagen. Collagen has also been hot over the last few years. You've heard collagen. And you know, Dr. Joanne, I hear so many people and they say they're taking collagen, and so many people, I just mentioned Costco because I have a Costco membership, and they say, I get my collagen at Costco, and they're taking a powdered form. Again, you get what you pay for. And, you know, I don't have a story about my uncle with collagen, but I know Dr. Joanne has a pretty crazy collagen story about powdered collagen. But I can tell you it's the absorption isn't there. You want to have a liquid collagen. You want a micronized collagen. I mean, this is great collagen. It tastes good. You just open the packet, drink it down. I'm going to turn it to you, Dr. Joanne.
Okay, this collagen is amazing. Collagen is good for the joints. It's good for bone health. This collagen's got 5 grams of collagen in it. These are packets, and we take 1 packet every day for 10 days in a row, and then we're off for 20 days. And the reason we do that is our formulator, who is brilliant, has put in pomegranate. We want to re-educate our cells so that we make our own collagen. We make collagen, but as time goes on, we make less and less, and then hardly any of it. And then we see changes in our skin, changing in our joint health, pain, going up and down stairs, and all that. This has a 73% absorption rate, which is huge. There's also hyaluronic acid in there, which helps to keep moisture and plump up your cells. It's got keratin in it. It's also got, well, the pomegranate that I mentioned. But the thing is, with any substance that we make, like we make digestive enzymes, for instance, we make collagen. But if we gave ourselves too many digestive enzymes, then your body's going to say, well, you know what, we're getting in all these enzymes. We don't have to make as much. And if you keep doing that with collagen, with enzymes, with whatever else we make, your body's not going to make what it's supposed to. So we want to enhance our body's production and performance in this category of collagen. We want to enhance it, but we don't want to push down our own ability. We want to re-educate and make it do that. Now, I have patients that take this, and the older patients, they find that they're walking up and down stairs without feeling knee pain. I have a patient who, she was so generous. She was moving and trying to downsize. She gave me this huge container of powdered collagen. And, you know, when I looked at it, I'm thinking, I take this collagen. I'm not going to take anything else. But, you know, I was trying to be polite and grateful that she gave me that and thinking of me. But as soon as I got home, I dumped it right in the woods, like where my grass ends, the wood starts. I dumped it. And then it started to rain. And when I went out the next day, there was like a mountain. It was like a pyramid thing. It was solid. It was disgusting. And I'm like, is this why my patient has all these problems? Like it was solid. It was disgusting. And I was so glad I didn't taste it or take it, not to waste it. I hate to be wasteful, but there's no way that I could ever be coerced to take anything that didn't have good ingredients. This is from marine sustained, fish in the ocean. So it's a good form of collagen. And the way that we know this is working, like I could see a difference in my skin. My skin is fuller and plumper. My hair, this is good for skin and for hair growth, for nail growth. I have so much new hair coming in. This is like my newest batch, like right here. I have so much new hair that it's just amazing. Like when I wake up, it's like I'm electrified because there's all these short hairs all over the place. So between that and then the dark hair coming in, you just know it's working. And I saw someone at church the other day on Sunday, and I met her 15 years ago, and she goes, Joanne, no matter how much time has passed since I seen you, you don't change. And so I said, oh, well, that's because I'm taking my collagen. And it's just amazing. I take it on the start of the month, first of the month. I'm so happy today was the first because that means it's collagen time for me. So it's just wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I love it too. That's why I just took mine with all of you. I wanted you to see how easy it is, how yummy it. I mean, I guess you don't know how yummy it tastes, but you didn't see me go.
It's
If you see
delicious.
me. It's really good. It's really good. And we do have a testimonial. I'm going to turn over to Karen.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Karen Bateson, and I am over here in North Carolina. And I just have to say, old is the goal. And so I want to get old. I don't want to be old. And so collagen is helping with that process. And what I really enjoy between the health of the skincare line, which I use every day as well, and the collagen, I don't have to wear makeup anymore. And I couldn't have said that even a year ago. I wouldn't have gone out of the house with at least something. And my grandmother always used to say a little bit of mascara and a little lipstick and you'll be fine. And I did not buy into that until about a year ago. So I now am very comfortable. But also what I love about the collagen is the gut health. I gotta say, and I know it's not a very common use, but I really appreciate that. I feel like everything works best during that 10 days. And sometimes if I'm really having a problem, I'll add a few days. I'm not gonna lie. So it just really seems to help with that a lot. And my hair, I have good hair anyway, but since I've been taking this collagen, this hasn't been washed in like 3 days and it still looks as good. It's because of the collagen. It really does. It's just an overall benefit. Like Dr. Joanne said, it hits a little bit of everything. And I just love it. I just love it. It's my favorite 10 days of the month. And when I look in the mirror and I'm like, what is wrong with it? Like I woke up this morning, I had bagged it under my eyes. Yeah, I put collagen in the fridge this morning. I got to tell you, because I could tell it's time. so, so I appreciate that very much. So thanks for letting me share.
Thank you for your testimonial. You are so beautiful that I don't like when people use the word aging. We're not aging. We're just here another day. We're just given a gift of another day. And you look beautiful. And one of the things too that I noticed, I used to put foundation on my whole face, but it just seems that I'm just putting it on less and less areas. Like I don't need it because the skin quality is so good that there's nothing you really have to hide. So that's very nice. Very nice. And I use an 8 times magnification mirror, like to put my makeup on and all. So I see everything, but I'm seeing less of what I used to see, which is a nice thing too. So thank you, Karen.
And our next product that we're going to talk about tonight is called Revíve. And if you can see these little orange, I'm going to call them magic beans. These are phenomenal to help with pain, inflammation, and anything like that. I can tell you, I used to take a lot of ibuprofen. I would take it once a month for my menstrual cycle for having cramps, and I would literally take 4 every 4 hours for 3, if not 4 days a month. Now you add that up over months and years, that's a lot of ibuprofen. And I didn't realize how much it was tearing my gut apart, like damaging my gut. So now that I understand a little bit more about how unhealthy ibuprofen and Tylenol are, and I've learned that a few years back and have switched over to Revive. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And the healing of my gut, also thanks to the collagen. Totally different, totally different. So I am so thankful for this, Dr. Joanne. I know inflammation is the #1 cause of disease, and if we can get inflammation down in our body, but also if we can get it down in a healthier way. I'm not saying there's never a time and a place for something else, but I can tell you, if you can use this instead of so much ibuprofen or Tylenol or some of those things that are even harsher than that, you're gonna thank yourself, and your gut's gonna thank you.
This product, the Revive, I cannot keep on the shelf. This like moves faster than anything because there's so many people in pain and they'll say, yeah, I've got turmeric at home or curcumin. I'm like, no, I said, I know this works. You have to take this. This has a 3 times better absorption rate than the average curcumin. Turmeric is very hard to absorb. This is great for so many things. It's good for pain and inflammation. It's good to take before you exercise. It's good for exercise recovery afterwards. It's good even, I mean, a lot of people have brain inflammation and don't even realize that with brain fogginess and just not feeling clear-headed and just not feeling themselves. You kind of don't realize how bad you are until things improve greatly and you're like, you think that was normal, but then you have a new normal, which is really improved functioning of all your organs. Revive, because it is anti-inflammatory, is also good for the gut. There's so many people who are bloated and their abdomen is distended. That's inflammation. Your colon is distended from a poor diet, from GMO foods, from poor quality food. There's so many reasons. So this, you may have pain somewhere and take it for that, but it's helping where there's inflammation in your whole body. It's good for joint and muscle health. It's good also um, for exercise and aerobic endurance, like to help you keep going more while you are exercising. That's the grapeseed extract that's in that does that. The shiitake mushrooms in there helps with immune health and also with exercise muscle recovery. You've got the ginger root for muscle soreness. So you've kind of got different ingredients here to target different things. We've got the bromelain, the boswellia in here to help with just the recovery of everything, like the muscles, the joints, and it's just a good preventative and also good to take when there is a problem.
I love it. And we do have a testimonial. I'm going to turn it over to Val. Welcome, Val.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Val Cedar, and I'm from North Central Alberta in Canada. I love the Revive. When I first started taking it, I had some definite aches and pains and things that were going on. And, I did find that it took me a while of being on the Revive to feel the difference in those areas. But on the other hand, since I've learned so much more about it, I really believe that my body was full of some inflammation throughout my body, and there was things that had to be dealt with first before the muscle pain and that started to go away. But it did, and I'm happy with it. I wish I had taken more with me this weekend because I was doing a lot of walking around. And when you're in an airport and you go from one end to the other and that, but I just love taking it. My husband takes it occasionally. And one day we were out golfing and we were early morning golfers. So he went after a ball that had gone somewhere it shouldn't have gone and ended up slipping down a hill and landing on his wrist and hyperextending his wrist. And he got up and we finished the game. But by the time we were driving home, he was really starting to complain. And so we stopped at a relative's place. We got some ice on it. We were going to wrap it. And he's going, oh man, I got to get home. It's like 8 or 9, 10 out of 10 pain. And he said, I got to get home and get some Tylenol or some ibuprofen. And I said, no, you're not. You are going home and you are going to take the Revive. So we got him to take a couple Revive right away, a couple Revive a few hours later, and a couple more later on, which I love because this is natural product with food quality. And so you can take more than what is recommended on the bottle. And so with it being natural, he took it like I told him to. He was a good boy and listened. And then he woke up the next morning and he's going, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It doesn't hurt. And so that was a real winner for him, and he was quite convinced. So I've been popping my Revive since I got home, and I have one right now. I'm just gonna take it down. Thank you.
Thank you, Val, for that. And you are a good testimony and a great person for your husband. Like he's fortunate for you to have the knowledge that you do, because there's so many painkillers out there, so many over-the-counter ones that are not good for the liver, not good for the kidneys, and people just take them and take them. And now maybe, there's an effect on unborn babies, in pregnant women. And so for you to have the wisdom to tell him to take that and not start with anything else, and for him to see it's huge, because people kind of forget they had a pain because it just works so fast. And it's amazing because to take it before exercise, or like if he were to go play golf again, to take a few before, in case the swinging causes irritation of where he got his injury. It's good too for prevention as well as when there is a problem. So that's very good. Thank you for your awesome testimony.
Love it. And our next product is our Purify. And this is a gentle detox. And I'm going to say heavy on the word gentle. Sometimes people hear detox, Dr. Joanne, and they're like, oh boy, I'm going to have to stay home for a couple days. I'm going to have to be in the bathroom. How many rolls of toilet paper is in that bathroom? No, it's a gentle detox. And it's going to detox 5 major organs: your liver, your lungs, your colon, your kidney, and your biggest organ, your skin. I absolutely love this product. I love how gentle it is, but I love knowing that I'm getting some of these toxins that we're exposed to every single day: the air we breathe, the water we drink, the makeup we wear, the clothes we wear, the deodorant we put on. I try to do better, but I promise you guys, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. And I know I have things that I'm wearing or using, products that are not the greatest for my body. So if I can detox, and this is the one that I take each and every night, I take 2, and I know it's detoxing some of the things that I'm exposed to every single day.
Well, what's great about this Purify, it has an 88% absorption rate, which is huge, so that that your body is absorbing these and all those organs are being detoxified. If we have a high toxic burden in our body, so let's just say, for illustration reasons, where like toxic up to this point, your body stores its toxins in adipose tissue, in fat cells. So if you're very toxic, your body's going to hang on to that. And no matter what you do, sometimes it's just hard to lose weight. But as you lower your toxic burden, then your body's going to be able to release those toxins, and you could release even fat cells and lose weight. So what is nice about this is you'll notice that the capsules are green. It's not green because of what you see inside. It's green because the actual capsule is made of chlorophyllin, which helps to get rid of heavy metals. This formula will get rid of the heavy metals, which can settle, in our brains, and you get high heavy metal content in hair for hair analysis. But it also gets rid of glyphosate pesticides. There's humic shale in it and fulvic acid in it, which helps to get rid of the heavy metals. There's liposomal milk thistle, which is a good detoxifying herb for the liver. You've got ingredients for each of those organs, like liver, lungs, colon, kidneys, skin, to detoxify. And it uses enzymes for better absorption. So the enzymes help to make those ingredients smaller. And it's just a good thing. So with this, some people see a weight loss with this. Some people feel their head is clearer because of it. Some people feel that they're less distended in their abdomen. So you will notice changes. And it's not the type of detox where you have to stay home for a few days because you're just rushing to the bathroom. But it's not like that. You don't even know what's happening. It's just a silent, nice formula working for you and not against you at all. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Very, very gentle. And like you said, silent, but not deadly. How's that? I'm going to turn it over to Jim.
Hi there, I'm Jim Avgin. I live in Nampa, Idaho. I'll have to give you a little backstory. August of 2023, I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré, which is a whole nother hour in itself explaining what it is. But in them trying to find out what was going on, they also found out that I have cirrhosis, which, as everybody knows, is a self-inflicted illness. Anyway, I get all my health care through the VA, and they still see me every 6 months. I have, they take pictures of my liver and make sure everything's okay. And every 6 months I have blood tests, and all my blood tests came out good. Never any mention of my liver until my last one, which was about 2 months after I started taking the Purify. And the doctor said, your liver is working perfectly. And it was a shock to me, but exciting. And I was told that the liver is the only organ that can repair itself. So it was pretty exciting. And that's my testimonial. Thank you.
Jim, that is remarkable. This is why I am involved with this company because, yes, I see patients in my office and I help those people, but this enables me to be able to spread the word to more people, like through people like you, like whoever told you about the Purify, was able to bless you just with that knowledge and to give you exposure to that. And then look at the healing. You give your body the tools it needs, and it'll do miraculous things between the grace of God healing. And then with us doing our due diligence, it can make the difference between a diagnosis and everything is fine word from the doctor, and he probably didn't ask you, what'd you do? Like, what did you do different? But it's just incredible the power of good ingredients with high absorption levels for cells that are just thirsty for the nutrients that we can provide with these products is just incredible. There's no limit to what we could do and accomplish in people's bodies in elevating their health. That's huge. That gave you many more healthy years ahead of you. That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. Very
Wow.
good, Jim.
Right? What an incredible testimonial. And I mean, Jim, that's like tear-jerking testimonial. That's phenomenal. That's like you said, Dr. John, that's life-changing. I mean, the years you added to your life. And I'm looking at Jim, and I've seen you, Jim, on these Zooms, for several months now, and your hair is much darker, much darker. I mean, if you've seen Jim, you can literally watch him on these Zooms. His hair is getting darker and darker and darker. I'm just like looking again, like blown away. Your skin is clear. I mean, you just look healthier. It's very apparent. And if you guys jump on these Zooms time and time again, you'll see this for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Just watch. Look at yourself, look at other people, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, his hair, I mean, you can look back on old Zooms. You can go and look back and be like, the proof is right there. It's incredible. So congratulations on that, Jim. That is absolutely phenomenal. And, Dr. Joanne, I mean, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Our bodies are a machine designed by God. If you don't believe in God, I'm sorry, I do. And I can tell you, I'm just so thankful for the way our bodies, we can heal. And food is nutrients, and we can get certain things from our food. It's just being educated and finding out where they are and how can we do this and how can we be better. And I'm not saying there's never a time and a place for Western medicine. I'm not saying that at all. But man, if we can just do a little better and get rid of some of these prescriptions and not have some of these toxins in our body, whew, I mean, our bodies are fearfully and wonderfully made. So let's talk about our next product, Imúne. Immune is going to boost our immune system. Who doesn't want to have a boost in their immune system? Again, I take a couple of these every single morning, Dr. Joanne.
That's so good. What makes the immune so special is, first of all, it's got a 44% absorption rate. Keep in mind, our control group was 10 to 20%, so that's huge. The nice thing about the immune, all right, you've got your basics in there that we've all heard about: vitamin A, C, D, E, selenium, zinc, which is important. There's also calcium. And the cool thing about calcium is the reason when we get a fever, your body is warming up, the temperature is going up. Why is it doing that? Because the body needs calcium to support the immune system. But if we are lacking calcium, the body's going to take it from the bones and the muscles, and it needs to heat up to do that. But there's calcium in here, so that's kind of already in there, which is pretty cool. There's quercetin in there. There's liposomes. The pretty clever ingredient in here is the microsomal silver. Silver is an antimicrobial, antibacterial. So it kind of like gets into the like little crevices and all and kills things. And when you take this immune, the first second that you feel like something's not right with you, the tiny ever so slight tickle in your throat, or your head doesn't feel right, or you suddenly got tired, if you could take your packet of Vitalité to get all those ingredients in there, the phytonutrients, the berries, the amino acids, the minerals, and then the immune, like several of them, like 4 or 5, like you could get rid of feeling sick from a matter of minutes. Like I'm proud because I could tell people and get them better in 10 minutes. Like get rid of that I'm coming down with something feeling, but you could just shorten how long you're not feeling well for this. And then it's also preventative too. You know, you're going to take a flight with so many people for hours. You take extra, you know, you're going to a party or whatever, but it's just amazing because there's so many good things in here to boost your immune system. And it's easy. You don't need all the other over-the-counter stuff, which is not effective and not healthy for you. But you get it all in here. You take your immune, you take an extra packet of Éternal. You have all your tools here. Like you really never have to get sick because you have tools of how to reverse it.
We
So
have a ton of tools in our tool belt. And we have another testimonial, Dr. Joanne. I'm going to turn it over to Renee. Welcome, Renee.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Renee, and I'm coming from Lakewood, Colorado. So I actually have a couple of testimonies. I have a couple of friends of mine. We've known each other since 7th grade, and we get together, and both of them had gotten sick, and they had been sick for 3 weeks. I started to feel a little bit of this, whatever it was that was coming on. I mean, they were miserable. I went and I doubled up on my immune. I took some in the morning, took some in the afternoon, and then I took some more at night before I went to bed. And the same thing, I did that for a couple of days. I did not get sick. I mean, I got sick for a little bit, but it was like, it was over within a matter of a couple of days. They were still sick. And then it's like, well, what did you do? And I said, I'm bringing you some of my immune. And both of them took it. And it's like, this stuff is amazing. It was great. And it helped them. And then also with my mom, she's 89, and she has been going to the doctor, and she just kind of has been not feeling very good. She can't figure it out. Doctor can't figure it out what it is. And I said, Mom, here's the immune. Take this stuff 3 times a day, 2 in the morning, 2 afternoon, 2 at night. And she says, this stuff has been helping me. And the doctors haven't been able to tell her what the problem is, but now she takes it religiously and she loves it. So I love this stuff. I don't want to go without it. So, but thank you very much for letting me share.
That's great. And thank you, Renee. And the problem with your mother was that she wasn't taking immune all this time. That was the problem. That was the problem. But look how well it works and how quickly it works, you know, no matter what the age, you know, from 2 to 89, it's like anybody could benefit this. You know, you just dose it according to what they need. But these stories are actually the norm. you know, everybody who's taking it is getting better. Like nobody takes it that I know of and it's like, you know, doc, this just isn't working for me. Do you have something else? There isn't anything else because these are all the tools. And you don't have to be a doctor to be able to recommend them to someone. You don't have to have any specialized knowledge besides the fact that you know these products exist, you know the ingredients, you know they've been tested, and you know there's been epigenetic tests on them. Like you just have to know who needs it and to direct them to it, you know, and that's our job, to kind of reach as many people as we can so that we could get healthier and not be the sickest country in the world, you know. So thank you for that testimonial, and God bless your mother. Give her the Vitalité too. She could use that too.
Right.
She loves that stuff too.
So good.
These products are the best. The products aren't on trial, you guys. That's the crazy thing. They're not on trial. We have the science backing every single thing Dr. Joanne says. Now, what company do you know that has all these supplements in the PDR, the Physician's Digital Reference? I'll answer that for you. You don't. There isn't another company that has all that. There's not. They'll be lucky if they have one, let alone product after product after product after product, because we have the science, because everything is working, the absorption rates. And you know, I always laugh, Dr. Joanne. I shouldn't laugh. I mean, it's probably not nice, but you know, when people say, oh yeah, take this and in 30, 60, 90, 500, 1,000 days, you'll feel something different. I'm like, what in the world? Like, take this, you're going to feel something different real quick. Why is that? Because the absorption rates, you guys, you get what you pay for. I mean, again, do you want to put something in your mouth and tap yourself on the back and be like, oh, good job, Laura, you took a supplement, and find out it's sitting on a grate with the label on it? Or do you want to put something in your body and go, is this true? Am I really feeling this, or is this just all in my head? Do you know how many people call me and say, Lori, is this possible, or is this in my head? I'm like, it's not in your head. It's truly happening. Take it, take it, take it. And you want to do your own test? Stop taking it. You'll find out real quick it wasn't in your head, because you're going back to feeling like crappy, right? I mean, it's just a fact. These products work. So our next product is called Éternal. Éternal. I'm going to say it the French way. I tend to say eternal, but the fancy way is to say Éternal. And
Oh, and you've been to France, so you
I
know.
have been to France. Oui, oui. Oui, oui, poo poo. Now, this product is a super blend antioxidant. This is a fantastic product. Tastes great. Shake it up, drink it down, just like our collagen. You drink this one down. Absolutely love, love, love the taste. I love that it has resveratrol in it, and I think I love even more that it has glutathione in it, Dr. Joanne.
Okay, this product, as Laurie says, is amazing. This was the first product I started taking, and I was like, oh, this is my favorite, until I started another one. That became my favorite. So I have a lot of favorites. This is incredible. Number one, because of the ingredients. Number two, it has a 95% absorption rate. 95%. Now, there's a lot of antioxidants in here. We need antioxidants to prevent oxidation, degeneration, cells mutating and not being good. Every generation of cells that reproduces, we want the next generation to be healthy and healthy, not worse and worse, because that's aging, that's degeneration, that's dis-ease. So with this, we have liposomal glutathione. Glutathione is very hard to absorb. Typically, it's given either IV or an injection intramuscularly to avoid the digestive system. But the liposomal delivery system is kind of protecting the glutathione in like a lipo bubble, like a little like a fat bubble, liposome. And that protects it going down, and you get the absorption. Now, how do you know it's being absorbed? Because you could feel it. Your head is clearer. You have more energy. You just feel like more up. You feel like you're coming down with something. You take an extra one of these. But there's also in here resveratrol. There's the acai berry. There's a lot of good ingredients in here to help. There's coenzyme Q10, which is good for the heart. There's even 1.6 grams of collagen. So on your off days of the collagen, at least you're getting a smaller amount, a steady amount of collagen, which is very helpful to help you with your hair, skin, and nails. There's resveratrol, which is typically found in red grapes. And, you have to drink a lot of wine to get the effects with this. And there's just something that I wanted to mention. I know a lot of times it comes up that people will say, oh, do we help? What do we take for this disease? What do we take for that disease? What we're doing, we don't treat any disease. Like, we're not advocating, well, take this if you've got this, take this if you, no, we don't do that. Your body will improve when you give it the key ingredients and the key nutrients that it needs. Now, one thing I just want to go over quickly is we have in our cells something called mitochondria, and that's where we make our energy, ATP. Now, there's a process called mitophagy, and mitophagy is the process of removing damaged mitochondria from our cells. Because like anything in our bodies, we have good ones, they degenerate and this and that. But that process of mitophagy, it's a hard word, even have trouble with it. There's supplements that support healthy mitophagy process. And what are some of those? Vitamin D, it's in our supplements. Quercetin, we have that in our supplements too. We've got that. I think that's in the Imúne. That's good for lung health. What else helps mitophagy? This process of getting rid of damaged damaged mitochondria. Coenzyme Q10. Oh, we've got that too in our products. Curcumin, we've got that covered too. Also, omega fatty acids, we've got that too in there. So it's kind of like it's secretly going in. Like, remember years ago, the Pac-Man, that was my favorite arcade. It still is. But it just goes around. Like, you let those Pac-Man loose and they just go around getting rid of what they should. These supplements I just mentioned, which are just some of them, they're in our products. There's some that even help with autoimmunity. Like, we're not going to say, oh, take this if you're autoimmune. No, take this if you don't feel healthy. Take this if you want to be healthier. Like vitamin D, and fish oils and resveratrol, which we have in Éternal, quercetin. It also helps with a good biome. So we have 100 million probiotics, but meanwhile, we have all these other vitamins that are in these products helping the biome. Like, it's not take this for that. You want to kind of choose and get in the habit of getting a package and taking all of them because it's going to help things. Okay, so everybody has inflammation and we want to take the Revíve. But how about we get rid of the reason why we have the inflammation, which these things will do? Now, mitochondrial dysfunction turns genes off. We want to turn genes on. Like, we did the epigenetic studies that showed genes being turned off that are not good, like the genes for high sugar turned off, genes for good cognition up. But if we are helping the functioning of the mitochondria through that process with the supplements in there, we're turning that's how the genes are getting turned off. It's not like magic. There's Dr. Dan Gubler, who's our formulator. He's brilliant. He's a genius. Like, he makes like my brain look like this, but he's amazing. But there are 1,200 genes that we have for inflammation. And what helps them? Resveratrol, we got that covered. Omega-3s, we got that covered. Fish oils, we got that too. Curcumin. So it's just all together doing its job. We're supplying the body with nutrients and the body takes it and runs. That's my story.
I love it, Dr. Joanne. And there is no way, don't even go like this. Like, you are amazing and beyond, above and beyond. I know Dr. Dan is amazing too, but we are so thankful for you and to have you jumping on the Zoom and sharing all of your knowledge. And again, I'm getting a ton of notes, which I absolutely love. So thank you. I'm like writing as fast as I can. And I guarantee I spelled half of these words wrong, but I'll know what they are. So I do have a testimonial. I'm going to turn it over to Greg.
Well, my name is Greg Ferraro. I'm here in Boise. Obviously, Lori is my wife, and we had our 33-year anniversary just this past weekend, and You know, what I love about these products is they just help me feel like I'm not getting older. I mean, you know, I've always loved to be very active. I love sports. I love just getting out there and doing things. And one thing that I noticed is as I was getting older, you know, aging, my body wasn't keeping up with my mind. I mean, I thought I could do things and then the body keeps telling you can't do things. And what I love about this Eternal is it's like turning the clock back. I mean, you know, like for example, recovery. You know, when I go out and do things, you know, whether it's doing the Spartan race or working out or, you know, doing something that, you know, climbing a mountain or something, um, the recovery as you get older takes a lot longer. It's not like, you know, when we're younger. I mean, you can go out and do stupid things and recover the next day and then go do stupid things again. But as we get older, you go out and do things, you feel it for like a week or so. You know, sometimes it continues on for a long time. And with this Eternal, what I found is it helped with that recovery, and it just, you know, it made me recover faster like I did when I was in my 20s. Now, one other thing that you heard Dr. Joanne talk about, you know, with the glutathione and all these great things, you know, the CoQ10 and the resveratrol, and it's got collagen. I mean, all these things help our body. I didn't realize this stuff. I mean, all I know is I put this in my body and I feel better. And then, you know, you start hearing this past couple of weeks about, you know, glutathione all over the place. And, you know, I realize this thing is just jam-packed with glutathione. But do you realize to take glutathione, normally people take it, you know, through those needles that they put into their arms and have it injected? How many people out there hate needles? I can't stand needles. I mean, I'll like faint when I go into the doctor. I mean, you know, I hate that stuff. I love the fact that, you know, 95% absorption. I mean, this is like literally putting it through a needle, but you get to put it in your mouth and it works. And you see all this stuff trending out there. And here it is. Glutathione's in here, the CoQ10's in here, the resveratrol's in here. You know, so all I know is it works. It makes me feel like I did back when I was in my 20s, and you know, if I need to take 2 or 3 of them, I can do that and feel better. So back to you.
That's great, Greg. I mean, you are a super elite athlete. So you probably just have to, and you probably already doing it, you know what to do to keep your performance up and how to recover, but you just may need like a much higher dose of these supplements to help with your recovery. Like not 2 Eternal, but maybe 4 or something like right before the event or right after, to supersize it, kind of, do it to according to your size and your, yeah, so you know what you're doing. But that's great. I mean, for you to be able to continue with your quest, like with the Spartan race and all these, elite other undertakings that you do, it puts a strain on your body, and it's a strain for anyone at any age to do these races. It's just test your endurance and test your mental capacity. And all these supplements, help and can have you covered with that, but you're just going to have to up the dose, even if it's hourly or every half hour or something, slipping them in your pockets during the race. But that's great. Happy to hear you're able to do all that.
Yeah, he sure is. He's just aging backwards. I mean, he's aging gracefully and
He's not
right,
aging.
right,
He's
right.
living the life.
I love it. Way to go, babe. Well, our next and final product is called Kinetic, and this is a healthy energy drink. So in this little box, there are 30 sticks, as we call them. It's kind of like a pixie stick when you're a kid. Did you ever open one of those pixie sticks and do that? Well, you don't take it like that. I mean, you could. I think it might, but you open it up, put it in your drink, your water, mix it up, put it in a water bottle, shake it up. And this is going to be clean energy. And I love Dr. Joanne. I love reading on this container right here. No taurine, no sugar, no sucralose, and no aspartame. I mean, there are people that are living on energy drinks. I think, when our bodies aren't working right and they're full of toxins and we're, like you talked about, bloated and we're sluggish and we have mind fog and all of these things, because we really need to detox our body. We really need to get good nutrients in our body. I think a lot of people we're not getting the nutrients from our food. We're not, we could go on, and all the toxins we're breathing, we're drinking. I think bodies are just sluggish. And so people are like living on energy drinks and coffee, and they're ending up in hospitals because of this, you guys, because these energy drinks having the taurine and the amounts of sugar and aspartame and all these things in them. So if someone likes an energy drink, they want energy, they want clean energy without all that negativity, right here, right here. This will give them that boost. This will give them mind clarity. We have people that are getting rid of headaches because of this. I could go on, but we have a nice clean energy. And I just find it very, very wonderful that we have this to offer people, Dr. Joanne.
Yes, and what's good about this is it's rare that you see a product that says 0 sugar without an artificial sweetener. Because usually sodas and sweets or whatever will say, oh, 0 sugar. Yeah, meanwhile, it's got some kind of carcinogenic artificial sweetener in there, which isn't good for your colon. But this is especially good, like you said, for people who are using energy drinks, the monster drinks, and all those which are not healthy. I mean, those drinks alone are probably pushing up the diabetic rate in, younger people who shouldn't be getting so ill so fast. So it's a good substitute for people already using them. And for anybody who would use a regular high-powered energy drink is not health-minded. So this would be a good way to get them into a healthier product in that same category of what they're looking for, and then to be able to introduce the other products in time as they feel the difference with this. So it's good like that because it's helping us to reach a population or an audience of people who are in the habit. And sometimes people are doing more than one of those drinks a day. And with sugar grams of like 52 grams in some of those products, and then between that and the caffeine, it's just too much. It's a wonder they're just not dropping, but their youthfulness keeps them going, but it's just bringing them down. Those are the people that are aging, not us. We're taking our tools, but they're aging. The young people are aging because they're just doing all the wrong things. And this is a good way to introduce them into better health, first with this, and then to go on to the multi next, and then the other products to boost their energy naturally.
And we do have a great testimonial. I'm going to welcome Brandy.
Hi, everybody. Brandy, I'm here in Salt Lake City. I love Kinetic. I get up early. I start my day really early, and it's just go, go, go until it's time to cook dinner and wind down. What I like most about Kinetic is I don't hit that 3 p.m. crash, where I lose all my productivity, all of my focus, and I feel like I still have so much to do in my afternoon. And Kinetic really keeps me going. And it's not something, I take it in the morning and it's not something that I have a spike and then I can feel it winding down. It's just a very nice, steady energy and focus and clarity. I think that was the first thing that I noticed the first time I tried it, is sort of a euphoric feeling, and just the fog and the clouds just sort of went away, and it just makes me feel really good and gives me that long lasting energy, and I like that because I don't like getting all the sugar as well. So yeah, thanks for letting me share.
Thank you, Brandy, for your testimony. That's a good way to show people that you can take it and then still feel balanced with the whole day. A lot of times with the other drinks, they'll just spike up and then drop down because of the sugar and all the ingredients that aren't good for them. So this is a healthy way to do that and to enhance your energy and keep it level all day. So thank you.
Well, all of these products, you guys, again, are helping people. You've heard testimonials from all across the globe, and you've heard Dr. Joanne tonight share why these products are working so well. What ingredients in these are so helpful in supporting our health, helping us be a little bit healthier, and why are these things working in our body, and how are they working in conjunction, in harmony with one another. And so we only have one body. Our body's our temple. We only live once. I mean, we should take care of it the best we can. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I wear deodorant I shouldn't. I'm sure I put things in my body I shouldn't. I mean, my clothes aren't all 100% organic cotton. I could go on, but I want to do better. I want to be better. And information, knowledge is power. I mean, the more knowledge we have, the better we can do, right? I'm trying to drink more out of glass than plastic, so I'm not getting those plastic particles. I mean, we could go on and on about being healthy, and I'm just thankful that there's people like Dr. Joanne who are willing to jump on a Zoom and share the oodles of knowledge that they have. I have learned so much from Dr. Joanne. I'm very, very thankful. And I'm very, very thankful for each and every testimonial. And if you're like, gosh, I need to try some of these products. I need to get that product or that product in my body. Again, get with the person who invited you on the Zoom and let them know that you're interested in trying these products. Let them know I want to get them at wholesale, unless you're a little bit crazy and would rather pay more and pay retail. Don't do that. Get them at wholesale, right? That's the best way to do it. And they can show you how to do that. But the other thing is if you're thinking, you know what, I could help a lot of people with these products. I mean, I know my cousin, I know my neighbor, I know so and so, like, man, if they just heard this Zoom, if they only knew, like, again, knowledge is power, right? Well, you can share this recording with them. But also, if you're like, is there a way that I could maybe make some side income just by sharing these things with people? I see people all over social media and they're sharing, a skirt or a car wash sponge, and they're making a little bit of income, but what are they really doing for people? Nothing. What if you can actually help change people's life? What if you can add years to their life? What if you can get rid of some of the medicines in their medicine cabinet and make a little bit of side income? What if you could have a fun fund? What if you could have a little retirement fund? What if you could have a travel fund? Would that interest you? What if you could get your products paid for because you made a little bit of money? Like, why not, right? You know what is crazy to me? I'm just going to talk energy. Just one of all of our fantastic products. Do you guys realize the energy market is $1 billion category? Energy drinks. I mean, we could talk Monsters, we could talk Red Bull, we can talk all this stuff. It's $1 billion category all by itself. Can you imagine promoting just one of these products? I mean, we could go into each category, but I'm just talking one, and helping people feel better, helping them have more energy, and knowing that you're promoting something that isn't harming them, isn't putting them in the hospital, it's actually doing just the opposite. Wow, it's helping with their brain fog, it's helping with headaches, it's helping with all kinds of things. And I'm just talking one category. And again, what if you could make a little side income? What if you could make a little more? What if it turned into a lot? And you're helping people. I mean, this is a movement. You guys realize there's a health movement going on right now. There's a health movement. People are more aware than ever. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with social media. But the part that I do love is I think a lot of people are waking up and going, you know what? I got to start taking better care of my body. And I didn't know X, Y, and Z. And thank you for sharing that with me. And I never knew this. And you don't have to believe everything you hear, but do your homework. Go do your own research. Go dig into things. Find out about glutathione. Find out about these things. Find out a little bit more about how your body works. I used to think, I mean, and shame on me, if it's sold in the store, it's okay. I mean, if I can buy Tylenol, I can buy ibuprofen, I can buy these things over the counter, Pepto-Bismol, I could go on and on. Actually look into some of the ingredients and what it's doing to your body. I think you'd be a little shocked. But again, I'm just taking myself for example. Hey, if I can get it over the counter, it's probably fine for me. Wrong. Big wrong. Big red X. Anyway, you guys, I just want to thank again Dr. Joanne for jumping on here. I want to thank all of our testimonials, and I want to let you know if you're interested in learning more about how you can turn this into a little side income that could turn into a little more income. Tomorrow night, there's going to be gentlemen sharing. In fact, you met that gentleman just a little bit ago. It's my husband, Mr. Greg Ferraro. He's going to be sharing tomorrow evening how you can build a business with these products. If that's something that interests you, how can I get my products paid for? How can I make some side income? How can I help a lot of people? How can I get in on this health movement? I'm interested in that. Tell the person who invited you on this Zoom, I would like the link for tomorrow evening to hear from Mr. Greg Ferraro for 30 minutes. I want to hear what he's been able to do with these products in this industry and how it's changed his life, not only physically, but also financially. So again, thank you all for jumping on. Appreciate all of you. I'm so thankful, Dr. Joanne, for you sharing your knowledge, because knowledge is power. I've learned so much. I got a ton of notes again. I just want to wish all of you a lot of good health and a lot of happiness. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.